My field of interest is in accounting.
So, what kind of experience do you have in the field?
Well, I have some experience from multiple clubs, being president of a volunteer association, the Unite for Sight. My experience also includes the clubs that I mentioned before, which would be like Unite for Sight. I handle finances. There's also in robotics. I started learning the financing for next year, as I'm going to be the next treasurer. So I've overall done a lot of different accounting jobs, as well as assist my mom in working with um, her financial plans due to the fact that she's a real estate agent. So I've worked pretty extensively with different financial accounts, ranging from the balance sheets to profit loss statements, mostly for loans, financing a house, how to obtain a loan, and other such devices.
I can see that you've had a lot of experience in this field. Um, if a manager asked you to do a specific job that was neither illegal nor against the rules, but it was against your personal moral code, how would you approach the situation?
If it would hurt someone, that in that case I would not be willing to do it. But if it were just to like assist in financing a company, like let's say if it were just to keep the company afloat for a little bit longer in order to repay a loan or something, that would be fine. But again, it would depend on the situation, simply because there's not enough information to act responsibly.
You talked a lot about your experiences and how you developed them over the years. How do you think these experiences will help us in the company, and how will you play a part in this company as a whole?
I think my experiences will allow me to assimilate into the company rather quickly, simply because most of the standard types of accounts I've already had some experience in, so it would be less training. At the same time, I would have experience and some insight that might not be per previously in the company, so I would be able to offer those insights and give you some unique perspectives.
Accountants are a different breed. They have a certain type of, they're different. And so, what kind of personal traits do you have that would make you a good fit as an accountant and
As an accountant, I'm very meticulous with how money is, due to the fact that my dad entrusted me with a stock account when I was about in 8th grade. So I've always kept an eye on how the money fluctuates, made sure everything is accounted for. So I've always been very disciplined in how I watch my money, how I follow the trails. So I make sure every aspect has been investigated to make sure all accounts are settled.
So, in regards to your experiences, how far do you think they will take you in this company, and explain?
I believe that they will take me at least to a managing level for accounting, simply because I've already worked with managing other people when they're working, due to my experiences as forehead. We publish a magazine, so therefore I have to keep an eye on how each person is progressing, while at the same time making sure we don't overextend our budget. So I have quite a bit of experience in watching other accounts as well as my own. So I hope to at least get to a managerial level in the company.
So, how long do you think it'll take you for you to make a major contribution in this company?
I believe that it'll take at least a few months to first acclimate to the company. So I need to first get used to the different protocols, the policies, and after that, I believe I can start making some significant contributions to the company.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time.
It's gonna be taller.
We should adjust this.
Yeah, make sure his head's in there.
His head? Picture. Okay.
Okay, you can begin.
My name is Edward Lee, and I'm looking forward to join a business consulting firm.
What experience do you have as a business consultant?
As a business consultant, I have been trailing and shadowing my friend Dad for quite some time now. He is a respectable business consultant, and he's consulted for many other businesses, and I was always with him and just seeing how things work on the business side of things. And mostly I gained my experience through him, and if not, I've been trying to develop my own experiences and my own skills on my own time. I've helped settle a couple, you wouldn't say so. I was a part of several organizations and several volunteer organizations, such as the Korean Student Association and my local volunteer group. I helped them manage their own budgets, and I was usually head of the treasury for such occasions. Expanding on my experience with my acquaintance, he was probably the titular figure for bringing me into this field and allowing me to grow in skill and in motivation. And I really think that my first-hand experience in the field will help me grow into the company and help me acclimate faster.
What exactly draws you to doing this kind of work?
My motivation is to do this work.
Yeah.
I'm motivated to continue in this field, partly through compensation, but mostly through the fact that it allows me to show off my best abilities and my most unique traits about myself, my orderliness, my efficiency, my self-dedication, and my work habit, just to get things done, to make sure everything is in place, and to work as quickly as possible, but not losing sight of what the quality of the work turns out to be.
As you know, business consulting requires not only business knowledge, but also creative thought. So this will be a creative thought question.
Okay.
If you're stuck in a blender under the blades, how would you get out of the blender?
If I was stuck in a blender under the blades,
Yes.
do I have the strength that I normally would as if I was normally sized?
Yes.
Then I would probably break through the blades, considering that I'd be smaller with the same amount of strength, and that if you're smaller with greater force, and you can pinpoint the exact target and exert more force at that certain location.
As a business consultant, how do you plan to contribute to the business, or how do you have a plan for what you do when you get into the business?
My plan for the first few months of joining the company, I would be to explore your company as a whole, to understand its workings, its inner workings, from how you do business, to how you do meetings, how you treat each other, and whatnot, and to take this all into account to better the environment for all your coworkers, maybe increase sales, increase work output. I would try to look for things that can be improved upon the company, while not looking past the things that are strong about this company and enhancing those features.
If you were in our position,
Yes.
what sort of qualities would you be looking for in an employee in this type of field?
As a business consultant, I'd be mainly looking for motivation and orderliness and efficiency at most, because these are the qualities that contribute to effective leader, as well as someone who can aptly point out the weaknesses and the strengths in a person, as well as to find solutions to these problems.
Thank you. Actually, you guys would shake hands before we sat down.
Right.
Everybody's doing it backwards.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, my name is Jin Young Kim, and my field of interest is business consulting.
So, Jin, in your experience, which I'm sure you have, what draws you to work in this field, and what experiences have led you to further to pursue in this company or in this field?
Well, ever since I was young, my dad, who is also a financial consultant, business consultant, has been, well, tutoring me in business. And I found a pretty good interest in it at a young age. And I thought to further myself inside this field by going along to business meetings along with my father to make connections while still in high school, in junior high school. And my motivations for this is just that I can help other firms while being recompensed. And that's just what I like to do.
What do you expect to do if you were to get this job?
I'd expect in the first few months to be able to be acclimatized to this company, to meet with the people, meet with the CEOs, see how the company is doing at first. And then after the first few months, I should be able to make decisions and provide insight to how the company should be run in order to be more effective.
What kind of experience do you have in terms of leadership? Any kind of position?
Well, I'm in a community service club outside of school. I'm the president. And inside of school, I'm the vice president of Korean Club as well. And other leadership activities that I've done is go to a Red Cross leadership conference and multiple conferences of that sort. And then, as I've said before, I followed my father into business meetings and led a few business meetings myself.
As a business consultant, you have to be able to work around many problems and to find unique solutions to certain problems. So I'll be asking you a sort of odd question. There's a wall, yes. There's a wall that extends infinitely to both ends, and there's a repeating pattern of bricks. 2 red bricks and 1 yellow brick. Are there more red bricks than yellow bricks?
The wall goes on for indefinite periods, so in terms of bricks, the ratio would be 2x to 1x. So of course, in any given point in the wall, there would be more red bricks than yellow bricks.
Okay. Do you have any sort of business plans that you have enacted or any sort of experience in fixing a business, or assisting a business?
Not to a large contribution as I'm still in high school, but I've helped out in making decisions for a few Korean companies such as Hete and Super One Hangnam Markets, but nothing really that major.
So, what do you enjoy about this field? Is there something that you enjoy that really gets you motivated and excited to be a business consultant?
Well, my primary motivation, as mentioned before, is that I get to help people while being recompensed for it. So, I mean, I could have been a charity worker, but who wants to be a charity